Welcome to the Business Today show. Thank you so much for joining me on this beautiful Monday evening. We are into episode 14 and with my special guest this evening, she is the media queen. Now, I'm just going to give you a brief description. She has worked in the media across Australia for over 20 years in all areas of publishing as a TV reporter, radio host, MC and actress. Can't wait to see what she was acting in, what type of movies. She also was an Australian representative table tennis player. Well, I just learnt this off her tonight and I was quite surprised. She held that for 6 years. She founded Animal Action Day in 2007 and Good News Day in 2018. Please welcome Aldwyn Altuney. How are you, the media queen?
Hello, Kelly. Thank you so much for having me on the show. The biz queen and the media queen come together.
Hey! Unstoppable, I think that is the word for it. We're just saying we're going to shorten it. We're going to just go the unstoppable women, Kelly and Aldwyn.
Yay!
Hey, I'm just going to share our live, so just bear with me.
Okay. We are
Yeah.
live on Facebook. Hello, Facebook people. Hello, hello.
How was your day, Aldwyn?
I've had a great day, thank you. The days just seem to be flying for me. I don't know about you, Kelly, but I just, I find there's just so much happening in my day each day that before I know it, it's 7 p.m.
I know, right?
And there's still a massive group of list of things to do on the to-do list, and it'll get there. We'll keep moving forward. So
I reckon 4 kids in there, love.
Oh gosh, I don't know how you do it.
2 granddaughters.
Oh, amazing. Well, you've done your bit for the world. You've procreated. Yeah. That's nice.
I know, right? You are so funny. You crack me.
I've got a cat and that's hard enough. It's such a spoiled little thing. I've got a 12-year-old cat that I adopted 11 years ago. And that's a big challenge for me to look after. So I can just imagine with 4 kids and 2 grandkids, huge. I take my hat off to you.
Oh, thank you so much. And we've had a couple of meetings this week, haven't we? Or last couple of weeks, actually.
Yes. Yeah, and we're just
stuff coming out of those.
Yeah, we just love chatting, Kelly, and it's amazing. It's been awesome actually connecting with you and getting to know you better. You blow me away with all the things you've achieved, and I can't wait to interview you for my show as well, for Media Queen TV. I think you're amazing. And I don't know if people realize half the things you've done, actually, Kelly.
I don't think they do. I don't talk about all the things that I do. I talk about all the other things that everybody else does.
Well, we'll be chatting about your story when I interview you. That'll be really good.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, me too.
So let's get into our interview together.
Okay.
Okay, so thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
No, you're more than welcome. So on the Business Today show, we interview business owners that have sustained themselves in their businesses longer than 2 years to support struggling and startup businesses that are procrastinating or not knowing what to do. So my inspiration for the show was to be able to get the business owners to share their stories and their struggles in their businesses and other, tips and tricks that they can share with the world to be able to help different people that don't know where to go or how to go about it, except go to the channel where I'm interviewing everybody and learn different things. So my first question to you is, how did you get started in business being the media queen?
Well, it's a great question, Kelly. And actually, I was a photojournalist for years. I've actually got 36 years media experience now because I was first interviewed by the media at age 10 for table tennis, believe it or not. I was in the Northern Beaches area of Sydney, and the Manly Daily did a story on me as a 10-year-old, as a top junior table tennis player. And then at age 11, I was actually on Cartoon Connection on Channel 7. And so my first TV appearance at age 11. And then I had my first media training actually at age 11 as well. I was sponsored by the MLC Junior Sports Foundation in Sydney alongside Joanna Griggs, Jeff Hugel, people like that. And it was great. And I had this fascination for the media from a very young age. And then at 13, I did my first radio show, Radio Manly Warringah. And then I went on and I did some work experience at the Manly Daily and did a media degree at University of Canberra. So I majored in TV production, photojournalism, and I edited the university newspaper when I was at uni. And what I loved about that is it was really freedom of speech. You know, we have a lot of issues now with freedom of speech and, you know, people like Julian Assange getting locked up and, you know, crazy things going on in the world. However, back then I saw the media as a great outlet to share stories about things that I was passionate about. And one of the first stories I wrote was an anti-duck shooting story. I couldn't believe that people were shooting ducks for fun. Mm-hmm. And so the headline we had was "Go and Get Ducked" at the time. It was pretty in your face uni press. And then we had stories about female circumcision, about recycling, battery farming of chickens, etc. Yeah. And then I went on and I worked as a journalist mainly with APN, Australian Provincial Newspaper Group, in Mackay, Coffs Harbour, Ipswich, also in Toowoomba for a while. I worked with the Toowoomba book over there, and then worked with News Limited newspapers from 2000 to 2005 as a sub-editor and journalist at the Gold Coast Bulletin and the Gold Coast Sun. And during that time, it was interesting because when I started at the Gold Coast Sun, I was doing 5 stories a week. By the time I finished in 2005, I was doing 30 stories a week. So it was really, really stressful. And as a journalist, there's about a 5-year burnout because it's such a stressful industry working in the media. And so during that time, in 2002, I was actually working for a company in Brisbane. I was doing late night photography work. I was doing same night functions at places like Brent Lee's and Crazy's Comedy Restaurant, if you know, in Brisbane. Yeah. So 600 people functions. I was going around doing all photos, and then we were selling the photos at the end of the night. And a few times I was driving back to the Gold Coast from Brisbane, and I actually had a few small car accidents driving back. And I just thought to myself, why don't I just do this for myself? So in 2002, I started a photography business while I was working as a journalist full-time. So 2002, I just started to do photography, telling people I was doing photography, and I was working full-time as a journalist. So it was AA Xpose photography back then. And then when I left the Gold Coast Sun in 2005, it evolved into a media business. People started asking for press releases and media training and you know, all these other things, crisis management around media. And I just kept saying yes. And so it just evolved into a media business from there. And so ever since 2005, that's now 15 years, I've been working for myself, I guess, in my own business. And it's been an awesome ride. I've been loving it. So that's a long answer to your, how did I get started?
There are no long answers. There are definitely none. There's being specific, and that was very specific.
Oh, good. Excellent.
You turned a career and all your education in everything that you loved into your business.
Sorry, what was the question? I missed that.
So you turned your career,
yes,
and a job that you used to go to and that you were employed in, into your business.
Yes. I'd worked I worked with Happy Memories Photo Company and also with Good Times Network Photography. And the guys at Good Times, we still work together. Well, I mean, obviously lately with COVID, we haven't been doing any functions, but, you know, we still help each other out and still work together. They subcontract for me, I subcontract for them sometimes with photography. So I still do a bit of function photography on the side, even to this day. And I absolutely love it. I love the people aspect of that, I guess. And you know, I've done photos for the Gold Coast Business Excellence Awards, for the International Women's Day Festival, for the UDIA events, massive events that I was covering around the Gold Coast as a photographer. So a lot of people actually were saying that they think I was one of the best photographers on the Gold Coast. So I had a lot of good compliments about my photography work, but nowadays really I'm doing a lot more media training than photography, but I still do love photography. It's definitely very close to my heart, and I love being able to capture those special moments for people. You know, to have people say that's the best photo I've ever had taken, to have that kind of a compliment, to be able to capture with people. I really love that, and it's a real honor and privilege to be able to do that for people. So I do love all the creative aspects of being in the media, and photography is just one aspect, right?
Yeah.
And you know, nowadays I do a lot of publicity, I do media training, I help people get in the media, and I love that too. I love people seeing people step up and ready to be seen and heard and step up with their message. So I absolutely love that as well. And of course, photography is one part of it, because you need to look at the whole image, right, of how you're presenting yourself online. So you obviously need to portray your story with photos and with videos like we're doing now, and with good copy. And, you know, that's really my whole background. So it's perfect.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So you've been in business and around business pretty well much your whole life, like since you were 10, right?
Yeah.
So in your journeys as a businesswoman, what would you say would have been one of your toughest struggles?
Oh, I think not managing my money well at times. I think there's times because I'm a massive believer in personal development. I've invested about $500,000 in my personal development, in my business education, marketing education since 2005. So that's quite a lot of money to put into education. So there's times that I've put money on courses without sort of looking closely at the figures. So I'd say one of the most challenging things is where I've spent way too much on courses, and I haven't looked at whether I'd be able to cover the amounts for those courses. So any sort of spare cash I've had, I've just put into courses. It's been, and because I've had property interests, I haven't needed to rely on my business for income. It's been something that I've absolutely loved doing. And, you know, I often think if you love what you do, the money will come. So money hasn't been a major focus of my business. And I know people say, know your numbers and all of that sort of thing. And I must say that's something that I've avoided in my business, is knowing the numbers. And I know that doesn't work if you want to scale your business, right? So I've been very much organically growing the business, and lately it's really been taking off. So lately I've been very much analyzing the numbers in my business, but for a long time I did it. Yeah. And I'd say that would be one of the biggest challenges I faced, is actually not knowing my numbers. And as much as you need to be passionate, you also do need to know your numbers. So yes, it's.
I would tend to agree with you there. So like, there's been so many different businesses that I've been into, and wanting to do personal developmental courses around, you know, massage, spirituality, learning how to heal yourself or whatever. And I've been that excited about, you know, going to them, and I've just gone, yeah, I'm signing up for that. And then you go, oh my God, what did I just sign up for?
Exactly. It's easy to do. Yeah, it's very easy to do.
It is. And then you're there in the heat of the moment, the hype, the excitement of it all. And
yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And I think that's just on that point. I think that's a really big thing as business owners, and particularly if you have a small business and you're mainly working on your own, things can get really lonely in business sometimes. And it's like we seek connection. I know that I do. I seek connection. And so when I go to courses, I just love connecting with other people in that kind of a learning environment. You know, I mean, the online world is great too, but there's nothing quite like, you know, giving people a hug or, you know, being there in the physical presence of someone. And I think part of why I did so many courses too is because I love the networking, and I loved meeting new people and connecting outside of business, and knowing that you're not alone in business too, because I think that's why a lot of businesses fail, is that they are doing it alone, and they don't have a good support structure around them. And I've always had great mentors around me and great people that I've been networking with, and held a great environment of positive, like-minded people. I think that's really crucial as well.
Yeah. And so, Aldwyn, when did you know that, you know, being in the media or being a photographer was your calling? When did you really, really know?
I think I'm still discovering that, actually. No, I don't know that you ever really know, but all I do know is that as a kid, I loved photography. I absolutely loved it. And I know when I was first interviewed by the media, I had a fascination for it. So it's like I had stars in my eyes, and I had an excitement around photography and around the media from a very young age. Yeah. So I'd say there was a part of me that was buzzing with excitement around the whole media world and around the possibilities of sharing messages through the media about things that you're passionate about. Because actually for a long time growing up, you know, as a kid, I was actually bullied as a kid in the Northern Beaches area of Sydney. And I never actually felt like I belonged. I never felt like I was seen or heard as a kid. I actually felt invisible for quite a while. So then finding the power of the media as a way to actually share messages out to thousands of people, hundreds of thousands of people, for me, that was really liberating, because I now felt that I had a voice, you know, and I guess capturing other people, that was the creativity of that. I've always been very creative and very artistic. So I guess I love the creative aspect of photography. But with the media, it was definitely, I was excited by the possibilities of sharing a message with a lot of people and helping to make a difference in the world through the media. So I guess it's been, I don't know that there was one pivotal moment where I thought, yeah, I absolutely know that I'm on the right path. All I know is that I've loved doing it. I've loved being in this position. I've loved doing what I've been doing. Even as a journalist, when it was very stressful working for others with News Limited and Australian Provincial Newspaper Group, even working for others when it was stressful doing those stories. But, you know, I got to interview people like Hugh Jackman and Russell Crowe and Cyndi Lauper and Debbie Harry from Blondie. So I had some amazing connections and met some amazing people, and there were absolute highs of the job as well as there were lows of the job with the stress of it, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, and I even talk fast to this day because it kind of comes with being a journalist. You know, you have to have a sense of urgency about you when you're working in the media, because it's a very stressful business to be in. It's a very stressful field. And if you don't learn to manage that and have a balanced lifestyle, as I've had to learn too over the years, to actually make sure I have time for me and time out and go to the beach and meditate and do yoga and things like that. I think that's really crucial too in business, actually, to have a balanced lifestyle with all of that. So making time for you as well in amongst the business.
Absolutely. And that's really, really critical. Because there's times where we go 100 million miles an hour and we go, oh yeah, we've got to do this, because we are DIY in our business. And sometimes we then have to just go, oi, stop, you know, where am I at? Let's check in, find out where we need to focus our energy on, because a part of me is falling away here. And if I fall away, then I lose different aspects of my business. And if you don't have that residual income coming in, or if you don't have the sustainability of having a surplus profit in your business, what happens?
Yes, you go backwards.
You go backwards.
Yes.
Or you fall on your butt and everything turns to crap.
Yes.
So what is one of the most, you know, you wake up in the morning and it obviously mightn't happen every single day, but you do something you so love to do in your business. What is that one thing?
You know what I love doing is what we're doing right now. I love interviewing people. I love being interviewed. I love presenting. I love speaking. It's all kind of in the same field. I love speaking. I guess it comes down to speaking, interviewing, sharing stories. It's presenting, I guess. If it was one thing, I guess it's presenting in some form, whether it's interviewing, being interviewed, doing video marketing, it's presenting.
Yeah. So you won some awards. Do you want to share those with us?
I've won some humorous speech contest awards at Toastmasters. Some humorous speech contest.
I mean, talking you even more. I'm sort of like, awards. Okay.
And I've been nominated. Yeah, I've been nominated for the Women in Business Awards for the community service category.
Yeah.
2 years I was nominated for that on the Gold Coast too, for the work that I've done for animal welfare with my animal action events. So there was that. I won a few little awards over time. I won a climber award years ago with the National College of Business. The person who climbed the most in 1 year in 2005. That was, gosh. National College of Business.
That is really, really cool. Hey, I'm doing a live, my darling. Oh, okay.
Oh, hello.
We're actually doing a live.
Oh, how adorable.
Okay. Can you raise up and jump in?
Oh, too cute. I'm getting all clucky. She's adorable.
Gee. I came downstairs because I hide away on a Monday night from 7 to 8 so nobody finds me.
Right.
You know what she would have done? She would have gone to every single bed, every single room in the house and goes, "Where's my mum?" and hunted me down.
Oh, it's so cute.
Oh my gosh, I lost track of what we were even talking about now.
We're talking about awards, Toastmasters.
Yes, so do you feel that awards would have improved your, what's the word I'm looking for, your credibility in business of being a business owner?
Oh, absolutely. I think awards definitely help. Actually, there was another one. See, I'm rattling them off now. There was another one with the International Women's Day Festival. I was also a finalist in the media award with that a few years ago as well. So yeah, absolutely. It all helps with the credibility. It all helps you, it helps you look like you know what you're talking about. It helps, it helps to have some acknowledgement, but we don't do it for that, of course. We don't, I mean, every single time someone else nominated me, I was not I have never actually once applied for an award myself. There's other people just nominated me, and so it just kind of happened. But I'm sure if you go seeking out awards, there's a lot of awards out there you can apply for, and you can make it happen for yourself, because I don't think too many people apply for these things. I'm not really sure for some of them. So you can use that as a brand building strategy.
Exactly right. Well, you must be doing something right if somebody's actually going out of their way to nominate you. And the nomination applications are sometimes very, very extensive. So it's not just, hang on, I'll just do this for 5 minutes. It's like an hour, 2, maybe 3.
Right.
On what awards it is. So, okay, so we love being interviewed. We love interviewing. We love talking. We love being in that space of creativity, being in the limelight, in the media. So in amongst all this, if somebody was watching us now going, "Oh my gosh, I need you, Aldwyn, I need you in my business," where do people find you?
Okay, I have a website, which is aaxpose.com, or people can just Google me. I'm all over the internet. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. If you look up Aldwyn, just look up my name. I'm the only one with that name. You'll find literally thousands of references online. I'm on Pinterest, YouTube channel, Media Queen TV. There's some of the main ones. So I'm on most of the main social. I'm even on TikTok. I've even put some videos on TikTok. Give me that one a go.
Did you do some dance moves?
Yeah. And LinkedIn, of course. I've got 30,000 people on LinkedIn. So I've been working on my social media following for a while. I've been pretty active online for quite some time. I'm doing a free webinar coming up on Saturday on how to get free publicity during COVID. And those details are on the Mass Media Tribe group on Facebook, and also on my website. So if anyone wants to get some great value content, and you've been on that too, Kelly. You saw my webinar.
I have. I was thoroughly impressed, Aldwyn. I was, I didn't know what to expect because I really haven't done any training or courses in this area. But after hearing you talk, it was very inspiring to really want to connect in, and then I stalked the crap out of you.
Yeah.
Well, that's what the profile's there for, right? Like,
well, exactly.
Exactly. And get that done.
Yep. Well, that's the thing, is people will Google you, right? If people are going to look to do business with you, you need to have a good presence online. People are going to Google you. What are they going to find when they Google you? And on my page 1, all my social media comes up on page 1. So if you're not on social media, depending where your target market is too, of course, you don't need to be on all the social media, but if you are on quite a few of them, you'll find that they'll all end up on page 1, and people want to know who they're working with. They want to, work with people they know, like, and trust, or know, love, and trust. Yes. And of course they're going to stalk you. So what are they going to find?
Yeah, only awesomeness.
Yeah.
on any of Aldwyn's pages, groups, anywhere.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
So do you have any last words for any of our viewers?
Oh, gosh.
About being in business, if they're struggling, anything at all.
Yes, I would recommend that you always find gratitude in your day. Always think about things that you are grateful for, because things can always be worse. So that's one tip I would give, is always look for something you can be grateful for in your day. And then another tip I would give is that if you're stuck with anything, then reach out and seek help. Seek mentors or seek people who can do things better than you, so that you stay in your flow as much as possible and you outsource the rest. Right. So that's another big tip. And I'd say do something you are passionate about. If you're not passionate about what you're doing, then do something else, because life is too short to be doing something you are not enjoying doing. And, you know, just in the last year, I've lost about 8 friends, and 7 of them under the age of 60, you know, from cancer and different things. And, you know, we think we're going to live forever, and we think we'll live for ages, or we'll do something tomorrow or whatever. And what I suggest is that if you want to do something, do it now. Seize the moment. You know, something I'm really passionate about, Kelly, is helping to get more good news stories out in the mass media to help decrease depression and suicide rates. I've had depression over the years. I've had 4 friends take their own lives before the age of 45. And I think that the news that we consume and the news that we tell ourselves, the stories we tell ourselves, is really crucial. So be careful what you put into your mind. Do your own research with everything out in the mainstream media as well, because a lot of it is not true, I believe. Do your own research, question everything that you hear, and make your own informed decisions about things. Particularly with COVID, I think it's been very interesting to see what the mainstream media has been doing with that. And I think also come from love, not fear, because, you know, we are unconditional love. And I think it's important to stay in that space as much as possible and look at how you can be of service to people, right? Always look at how you can be of service. And I think if you do that, do what you love, be grateful, only good things can come from that.
I hear you. I hear you. So thank you so much again for joining me tonight. I really appreciate your time and everything that you've offered and given us, your life's journey and everything in this space. Oh, my daughter. Oh.
Hopefully I didn't upset her with anything.
I'm just finishing off my live.
Oh, mummy.
That's right. Oh. A working mum. in all my years of doing lives, right? Not one of my children have ever interrupted my life. So I'm so
oh my goodness. Well, I'm honoured. I'm honoured they've chosen to come on this one.
I know, right? It's like, can you see my face is going a little bit red?
She's adorable. Hopefully I didn't upset her with some of the things I was saying.
Oh, no. She's just wanting mummy. She's just, yeah, that's, you know, that hour of the evening.
Yes.
Normally Sissy can handle that when I do a live, and obviously she couldn't.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen very often because our family's quite close.
Right. Well, it's all perfect. You know, it's fantastic that you're able to run a business from home and juggle all of that. So I look forward to finding out a bit more about how you do that, Kelly, when I interview you. I'm blown away.
I'm not normally the one that actually gets interviewed, Aldwyn. I'm the interviewer.
Yeah, well, same here. I'm not normally interviewed either. So this is really cool being on the other side.
That's awesome. So enjoy your evening and have the most incredible week. Wherever you are, you're always smiling and laughing, and you're an inspiration, and you empower so many people that come to your front of mind, and just the people that surround you. And I only ever hear beautiful things about you, Aldwyn, and I just wanted you to know that.
Oh, thank you. That's really sweet. Thank you, Kelly. Thank you. Well, I feel the same about you. You are a shining light. I love what you do. I'm blown away by how much you have achieved that people don't even know about yet. But wait till they hear some more of what you've achieved, because we often do play down our own stories, don't we? We kind of, you know, we don't like to talk ourselves up. But the thing is, you are extraordinary. You have done some amazing things. And I'm sure that there's lots more we're going to be hearing about you soon, Kelly. So can't wait. Thank you so much. That's very sweet. Very sweet.
Absolutely, my pleasure. Just stay with me for a little bit. Thank you so much for joining me wherever you are around the world on this amazing planet that we live in. if you have a business and you are struggling in your business, I really, really encourage you to seek help wherever you can. It may be a business mentor that you look up to. It may be, somebody that you've known that's been in business for, lots and lots of years that you've seen grow up throughout your life. Just reach out. You just never know if you give it a go and just ask the question. Asking a question does cause no harm at all. So thank you so much for joining Aldwyn and I this evening. Next Monday evening, the 18th of May, yeah, that's right, I got the month right. I have a beautiful guest, Tammy Ritchie, coming in and joining us, and she's doing some amazing things around our beautiful planet as well. So I look forward to you joining us then. And from me to you, good night. Stay safe. Bye for now.
Thank you, Kelly.
You're welcome, Aldwyn.